All right. Says we are live. Let's check it out. Salute to the Game Dog community. Much love to everybody that's in the chat. Uh, Today we got a special panel together. I'm waiting to see this pop up on YouTube. There we go. It popped up. All right, we got a great panel today. Of course, we got Ram. What's up? Welcome down, Ram in the building. What do, Ram?
Oh shit! Over here just got done porting these cylinder heads and shit. That's what I'm showing off on the camera right quick. For
Man,
everybody who think I was still in twisting the wrench and all that, nah, I got off early today. I closed the shop down early so I could come fuck with y'all, man.
okay.
Respectfully.
Yes, indeed, brother Ram. We got Blitz. What's up, Blitz? This the young homie in the building. What's happening, Blitz?
How y'all doing, boss man? Happy to be here.
Yes, indeed. We chilling, man. Just relaxing. And of course, we got the legendary Mr. Richard Garcia, schoolboy, in the building. How you doing, Mr. Garcia?
I'm doing good. Hope everybody doing well.
Yes,
Thanks.
indeed. Yeah, we're doing great. Wonderful. Um, Feeling good. Today is Earth Day. My daughter told me today. I didn't even know. She said, Dad, today is Earth Day. You know,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
it's just something I guess to come to celebrate the Earth or some shit. It's some hippie
Okay.
shit. So she
Okay.
says, my daughter says, it's Earth Day, Daddy. You got, you're talking about dogs today on your show. You should, talk about Earth Day. I said, okay. Well, dogs,
Happy Earth Day.
absolutely, and dogs take a shit, and that helps the Earth.
Yeah, that's part of
Helps,
they're
Yeah.
part of the Earth too. Yeah.
Since
absolutely.
weed is from the earth, I'm gonna roll some weed up and commemorate the Earth
I
Day.
can't believe
There you
it.
go. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not do that? You know
I
what I mean?
smoke so tobacco from the earth. I don't know if it's any good for you. That's the bad side, but
Yeah, it's from the Earth.
it's from the
Tobacco.
earth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely.
I can't
So
believe it. 878. Look, I'm gonna need to log out and log back in. I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe it.
If somebody call you, then that's where it mess up. But yeah,
Yeah.
log out and log back in.
All right.
Okay, Bliss. All right. So first topic, we're gonna. Well, matter of fact, let me scroll up and say what's up to everybody in the building first. Let me give a shout out to everybody in here. Well, a few people at least. Uh, Jeremiah, salute family. How you doing? Let me see here. This guy, Keon Bush. How can one get mentored by you and Ram? Trying to start a kennel in the next year, but correctly for business. Uh, he said for business to the dogs. He says, I want all. He said I want it all to be done right. Well, brother, it's a lot of people who will mentor you. I don't know if I would be the best qualified person to mentor you, for that type of situation. I'm just a dog man. I'm a fancier of the breed. I don't know you. I don't know what your intentions are, sir. But it's a lot of people, out here that's willing to do that. But post some videos. Let's see what your yard look like. Let's see what you look like, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Swag Yusuf in the super chat. I mean, not in the super chat, but in the building. What's happening? Paris Jackson, what's up, man? Let's see. Jeff, the producer, what it do? BN Boxing News, salute, family. Main event, Mark, what's happening, man? How you doing, brother? Boss Dog Kennels in the building. What's happening? Hardy Dog, Pennsylvania, salute. We have Akando Sami Hassan in the building. AJ in here. Jamie. Fat Farm Ray, salute. We got Mark Wonderlynch in here. John Kramer. Miami Snoopy 305 in here. Need more silver, salute. Sir Kendall's in the building. Doc Bano, Salute. We got Tony Gardner.
Mhm.
Let me see here. Von C. Trey Brown in the building. Ezel Henry. Let me see. The Terminator. FTB Kennel. Salute. David Valdez. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I'm not repeating people. Keith D. Salute. Vernon Stone. Salute. Hampton USA Kennel. Salute. Salute to the fam. 414 in the building. I gotta holler at you too, fam. I have to pull up on you, man. Got some good bulldogs over there, man. Let me see here. King Royalty, salute. All right, y'all. That's all I'm gonna read right now. Salute to everybody in the building. No disrespect to nobody I didn't read. We just gotta get to the show, you know. So salute to everybody here. Smash the like button as you enter the building. Share this video on all of your favorite social media sites that you frequent. Make sure you do that. You know what I mean? All right, so first topic. This is one of Ram topics. The greatest big bulldogs of all time. The greatest big dogs of all time. We're speaking, of course, from a historical standpoint. Ram, you kick it off, man. Greatest bulldogs of all time. that are big dogs.
Shit, man. One of the brothers in the on the live chat said alligator. I had to agree as far as big dogs with the accolades, and I say alligator and Tudor's blackjack. You know, real big ass fucking dogs, man. That got the job done. You know, consistently, time and time again. You know, like a little terrier, but they was carried the bulldog phenotype. It was just big, massive, good, burly ass dogs. You know, you really don't see too many of them these days. Even the Eli dogs are starting to get all, you know, too much of the Carver in them, starting to pop up.
Right. Okay. What do you say, Mr. Garcia?
Yeah, those are two good ones. Black Demon was like 58 pounds on the chain, so he probably in the low 50s, you know. Blackjack Jr. also, he was like a 58-pound dog, and he's an anomaly. You know, he's what you call a freak because, you know, he matched reportedly 9 times, but 7 of them were reported. And he gave up as much as 10 pounds to his opponents and finished every one of them, you know. Grand Champion Hank, you know, he was like a 54. Even way back in the day, it was either Kager or what's the other Kobe dog? Pincher.
Right.
They were big dogs. I forget which one it was, but he finished all his opponents. He never went over 40 minutes. You know,
Right.
Alligator. Gary Hammonds called him an ace. Butcher Boy, he was 57, 4-time winner.
I forgot about Big Butcher Boy. That was a big dog too. Hell yeah.
They just kind of missed it, but I would have loved to read about, you know, Butcher Boy and Alligator going at it. They were close enough. I think they could have done it. Alligator, I think he matched at 57, 58 one time, and then the other two were catch weight. But I think that would have been close enough. You know, that would have been something to see. You know, Butcher Boy showed his gameness in his last match. His other 3 were short wins, you know. Man, there's I guess you could put Mayday up there, you know.
Yeah, that was a more modern great big dog, you know.
Barracuda was a big dog too.
That was a big ass dog. Like when I first seen that dog, I didn't even know he was full pit. I had to go look at his pedigree. Like that dog,
yeah, they have a look to them. They're different.
Because I know, like they be having these certain dogs in China that they be using, and they
Tosa Inos.
Yeah, so I was thinking it was like a cross between like a game pit and one of those. But I'm like, yo, he got a lot of face skin, like.
Yeah. Yeah, all them, them island, Taiwan, Guam, and all that. At one point, they were buying all the big dogs they could. They get some from Bobby Hall and here and there. And it's funny because they, the people are not that big, but they want big ass dogs. They want big old match dogs. The heavyweights, it's kind of like boxing. A lot of them, they sloppy and you can't fight. They run out of gas and all that. But if you get good ones, it's the best show you'll ever see. You hear everything.
Oh yeah, crunch,
And
crunch, crunch, crunch,
crunch, slapping around, banging around, pop, and they move fast and they, athletic and all that. So that's kind of how I compare it to heavyweight boxers.
right? Yeah, I would agree with you guys. Alligator for sure is one of the greatest big dogs that I never, of course, I never seen them, but in action. But I heard the stories. Definitely, Mayday,
Definitely.
yeah, Mayday for sure. And some of the descendants of Mayday, big dogs. You know what I mean? But like Blitz just said, Barracuda. But
That was a big dog, man.
yeah, these are some big dogs, and they look like even what Blitz said. I had the same feeling about Mayday when I first saw the dogs. I'm like, look, this dog is a game dog mixed with one of those Brazilian Feely dogs or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? That's what I thought. I said this ain't no fucking all game dog, you know what I mean? But listen, he had to be all game dog because if a Feely can do that, then I'm switching over to Feely. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You know that's a fucking game dog through and through.
Yeah, you don't cross something into a pit bull to make it better. As far as what it naturally does. So I discount a lot of that. People thinking they're mastiffs in them and stuff like that, or else people be doing stuff with mastiffs.
Right.
It's not. It doesn't work that way. You may get an anomaly here and there, but that's about it. You're not gonna create a line of bulldogs where the foundation is half some mixed bullshit. It don't work that way.
Salute to the brother Meredith Campbell in the super chat showing love. Appreciate Meredith Campbell. He says Plumber's alligator, absolutely. Absolutely. Alligator was the bulldog, man. And I was never really a fan of alligator dogs just because of my own you can only judge things by your personal experience.
Right.
I heard all the great stories about alligator dogs, but the only guy I knew who had a yard full of alligator dogs, it was trash. He just had trash dogs. And then I ended up running into a guy who had a few alligator dogs, bred really well, and they were monsters, you know what I mean? But that was years later after I already developed an opinion based off of one person's yard. And I was a young dog, man, so it's understandable, but like you can't judge a line based off of your homeboy's yard. You can't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or just, you see one somebody has, them dogs, you got to see a bunch of them. But with the alligator dogs, the pure ones, they're rough and rugged and strong, but the crossed ones, just straight 50-50 cross, So, and then line bred after that, there were some good dogs, the alligator cross with Bully Son or alligator, the Sam and Tommy Curry and them guys, Ronnie Anderson, they had it crossed with the Zeke Black Widow stuff, man. Those were exceptional dogs,
Right.
And then I seen Champion Brutus, Ronnie Anderson's Champion Brutus. He was a top-notch dog. He was alligator Bully Son. He was off of Rufus and a Bully Son bitch. That was a good dog, man.
Okay, before we went live, we were talking about Tombstone. Yeah. What do you say about Tombstone, Mr. Garcia?
Well, he's known for gameness. That's one of those, if you want to call it Zeke Black Widow or Daibo Zeke or whatever you call it, them dogs are, if you had a chance to see him in the past, you would know what gameness is, That's
Mhm.
including the Tonka crosses and stuff like that. They're
Right.
just desperately game, man. They don't lose focus. They always had their eye on their opponent, and they just scream in wild kind of, they have
Hey,
wild tendencies,
Ram, you okay?
Yeah, that ain't me making the noise. I'm rolling up a joint.
Oh, that's you, Blitz.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
somebody smoking on something they can't handle. What's
Man,
going on over there?
we in
yeah.
California. It be like that.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah,
Blitz.
Blitz over there dying. Now I can handle my
Yo,
marijuana.
Nah,
yeah,
you,
Blitz.
I got something for you. I got something
uh,
for you, OG.
Yeah, Blitz stumping with the big dogs over there smoking on that, man.
Hey,
You
bitch,
trying,
I
man?
dab.
Yo, every
I
time I
dab wax by the ounce. I got an ounce of shatter right now that I'm rolling up. I'm finna dab too. Nigga, you can't out get me high, bro.
Yeah, and
no,
for
no,
the
no
and for the
disrespect. I
record,
ain't fucking with no
for,
shatter. That's too gangster.
for the record, everybody here is on the West Coast where it's legal to smoke. Unfortunately, I'm over here just having me a drink. You know what I mean? This is where it is. You know.
that'll
But,
change.
It's
That'll
all
change in time.
recreation.
Yeah,
It'll
you
change.
over there
It'll be
stuck in
50
the
states.
Midwest.
That reminds me of I do my during this COVID, I do my doctor visits over the phone, right? So she called me up, and then during the conversation, I started coughing, and she goes, "Are you sick?" I go, "No, I ain't sick. I'm smoking a cigarette." She goes, "Oh, okay, never mind." she cared about, cause she didn't give a shit about smoking,
right,
getting cancer and shit. All she cared about was COVID, man.
right. Yeah, COVID is that's the new thing now. You know,
Yeah.
that's the new thing.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this. What's a carpet mill versus a slant mill, and what's the difference and how to use both? You want to start that one off, Ram?
Yeah, I was talking to my young partner about that, and he was asking me about a good flat mill or a good carpet mill with both of them, basically. And I was like, the last good carpet mill I had was a goddamn Kobe mill that I wish I would have kept, because they don't even make them no more like that. You feel me? But the slat mills, just for personal preference, I'm better on the slat mill. But like we was talking about earlier, I got a conditioning program for the flat mill and one to complement it, for strength and conditioning too. So, I use the slat mill, how Robert Lim used to use it, how it's supposed to be used. I use that shit, to get the heart rate up and for recovery. I don't really just leave them on there and let them just, trot it out or none of that shit. So I'm a big slat mill type of guy. But the carpet mills, they got some good functions too. If you're not a good, strength and conditioner,
Let
you
me
can get some good strength and condition out of the carpet
let me
if
ask
you
you
get a
this.
good one.
Let me ask you this, Ram. Slant mills. The way I was told was slant mills are very good for endurance and speed, and the carpet mills tend to put a little more resistance up, and they're good for conditioning. How do you feel about using both?
Well, again, like I got my strength and conditioning program is so cold that I don't need that at all. So
Mhm.
I never really gravitated to that, and that's one of the reasons why I ended up selling my Kobe flat mill because I felt like my work I would do in the field for strength and conditioning would way surpass whatever I could get out of the Kobe mill. You
Right, right.
know,
Okay.
but I don't know how I learned how to use the slat mill was totally different than how most people use it. So I don't want to tell nobody something they go try it without fully studying it and fuck they shit up. They fall flat in 10 minutes.
Right,
Cause
right.
how I do my conditioning and shit is fucking hard. It's hard as fuck and it's tedious. A lot of picking them up, taking them off the mill, cooling them down, and repeating the same process over. Writing the time down from the time they started until they broke that stride on the mill, and I'm trying to add to that time. It's a lot of shit to go on with how I do my conditioning.
Right, right. Okay, Mr. Garcia, how you feel about the slant mill versus the carpet mill?
Well, back in the day, if you wanted to learn from someone who knew how to fuck a dog up on a mill, you come to me. you know.
Damn.
It took me a long time to learn, you know, because I'm stubborn. But you know, they have their functions. There's all kinds of different ways to use them, but the basic, right, like you said, you know, the slat is for cardio, you know, for like sprinting, or you know, depending on, you know, maybe you want to use it for endurance. You know, depends on how the dog runs it. But you know, because it's free turning, so it doesn't. There's hardly no resistance. Where you can build some strength on a carpet mill. I do know people that use both. You know, depending on their keep. Some use the slat first, then the carpet. Some use the carpet first, and then the slat. You know, and some use three. Some use an e-mill too. You know, and that's like their cooling off period or for endurance. You know, because you know if you live in an area where you can't have your dogs out, you gotta you know adjust. You know, where you can't have them out in public, and that's basically where the mill uh, when it started being used. You know, people living in big cities where you don't have an area where you can take your dog out
Right.
like in the country. So
Right.
they incorporated the mill was used as a machine. You know, it was advertised in Sears and Roebuck. You know, where you could use it to churn butter, or you could use it to run your washing machine. You know, and then some smart dog man figured out I could use this to condition dogs. But there's, you know, the best advice is just practice on it and watch your dog, you know, see what it gets out of it. In any conditioning, the two things I looked at was the heart rate and the breathing, and how that, you know, how long it took them to break their, you know, wind, catch their first wind, and you increase on that. At the same time, you're looking to see how they recuperate on the fly while they're working. And I pictured everything like if it was a show, you know, uh, you know, and viewed it that way. That this dog's going to come out fast generally, and then you know he's going to have his where he slows down, then he got to recoup, then he picks up the pace back and forth like that. Some people do sets like Ram said, you know, you can, and I've done that too. You know, you get them up to a certain point, pull them off, and I would just walk them around just enough where they catch their breath, then put them back on it. You know, you can do that with the flirt pole too. But that sprinting, it's not something you can go balls out for 30, 40 minutes or an hour. That you kill your dog doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They have to have a slow down period where they catching their wind, you know.
Well, let me ask you this, Mr. Garcia, before I go to Blitz on this topic. How do you feel about automatic or electric treadmills and people putting their dog on a regiment that way from the treadmill and making the dog move versus letting the dog move on its own and recover on its own? And how do you feel about all that?
Yeah, well, I prefer, you know, a natural workout, regardless of how you do it.
Right.
And with the email, you know, it does seem like sometimes you're forcing them to do it, you know, but once they become accustomed to it, you know, I can't see like running a dog on an email. You know, that's what the other mills are for. But as a cool down period, you know, or just to build endurance where they're at a steady pace, you know, over, you know, some guys do them up to 2 hours, you know, just to build endurance. It doesn't really bring their heart rate up, but it's good for endurance, you know. Like I said, it's all a matter of how you do it and if you know how to condition. You know, you can basically do anything to get a dog into shape, but you got to get that heart rate up at some point, some way, and monitor them that way, you know. So I don't know. I got out of the favor of using mills because I lived out in the country and I just ran my dogs, and then I did some strength work. You know, I did a method called baiting where I'd have my son walk with the dog in front of me, then I'd have the dog I'm working behind him with a harness on, and that dog's pulling, trying to get the other dog the whole way. And you can adjust that too. You get closer, they pull harder, you back off. They won't pull as hard, you know.
Yeah. Hey, and I want to say shout out to my lovely wife and daughters right now because they are, while I'm doing this show, they're out there feeding and cleaning up my dogs right now. And you can't get no better than that. That's a real woman.
Yep, you better keep her.
Absolutely.
You know?
Well, I tell everybody we stuck together for life. Listen,
Yeah.
any woman that see me busy and she go out there and take care of the dogs, I'm keeping her forever.
You
It's a
got
wrap.
that right. You got that
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm worse, man. I don't do shit. My wife does everything. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even get my own clothes out, and I use the excuse, well, I'm colorblind, you know, and I can't
Mhm.
match colors, so it's worked for 40 something years, so I'm sticking with it, you know. But I
Yeah.
don't do much. She lets me do my dog thing, and you know, I love her for it, and we've been together so long, we stuck now, you know.
Yeah. My daughter she just called me while you were talking and told me that they out there. You know, she called me on FaceTime and they out there feeding the dogs and cleaning up. And she said the honey love. I got a dog named Honey Love puppy, and she's a honey bunch dog, and she give me the most trouble. You know what I mean? She's
Nah,
just so
oh, okay.
real active.
Yeah.
She like to as soon as she get out, she don't mean no harm, but she wanna grab and pull on your leg and your clothes, and she wanna
Yeah,
shake
yeah,
it. You know, she don't mean no harm, but she just wanna
yeah,
play. And
yeah. That blood has a lot of spirit, you know.
yeah, yeah. So my daughter, she can't stand her. You know, she always jumping on me, dad. She always grabbing me. You know, so yeah, but she's a good dog though. Blitz, what's up, Blitz?
What's good, OJ?
What's happening with it, man? First of all, tell the people where they can find you at. What's your social media and everything?
You can find me at King Blitz _ 232, or you can find me at Blitz _ 0820
On where at?
on Instagram.
Okay, Blitz _ Now, first of all, before we get into the topic, tell the people what you got over there. What you holding, man? What you got over there, man?
Right now, I'm dealing with a Croata Spartacus cross. Love them dogs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love the crow. I'm really loving the crow blood right now. It's a lot of good strains coming out of them dogs. There's a lot of good dogs coming out of them dogs as well.
I like that. I like that little bitch you got, man. She real nice, man. She bred nice. She go real nice for Doc. You know, I bet you don't want to take 4,000 for her right now.
Well, man, she ain't gonna know. I wouldn't take 10,000 for that bitch, man. I get offers all the time.
How about 4,000? How about 4,000 cash and a pound of weed? How about that?
I could make. I'm telling you what. I'm gonna make all that back with Shorty. I got faith in her.
Oh, she gonna do it. She gonna do it.
I got that.
Listen,
Faith in her.
that bitch is bred exactly how I want to breed. What I want to breed Doc to. For my program, she's bred perfectly. So make sure whenever you breed her, make sure you breed her along those lines. I mean, do what you're gonna do. I can't tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you breed her. I'm speaking for personal reasons.
I'm always taking advice. You are older. You come on, OJ.
Hey, look, man. Just look. Make sure you don't go way outside the box, man. Breed that bitch according to how she's bred. Cause I want something to offer that bitch. I like that bitch,
man. I got something for you, man. I'm locked in. I'm staying in them realms right there.
Well, just know if you ever need, you know what I mean. You fall, Corona pandemic, all this shit. I got 4,000 for you right now. You know what I mean. Just let me know.
Shit, man. That means I gotta fuck that.
I know. Hey,
fuck the Corona, making it go broke. Clearly.
hey, that's how you know somebody got a good dog. They want to take $4,000 right away for a puppy.
I would be a homeless man outside walking with that dog, man. That's a bond right there. I be locked in with my dogs 200%. That's why I love not having too many dogs at one time, because I get a bond with those dogs, and I feel like your dog will do 100% for you when you got that bond with them. Like,
yo, we got 500 people in this motherfucker. Hey,
I told you it was good, y'all. Thank y'all for showing up.
Hey, shout out to Blitz for putting that link out there on his Instagram and shit.
Yeah, I'll be locked in though. I really be locked in, man.
Hey, well, Blitz, let me ask you this question, bro. Slant meal. Do you even use meals?
I use everything. From swimming to I go hiking with my dogs. Like everything, everything you could do. I put 100. I put a lot of good time. I put blood, sweat, and tears in these dogs. Everything. everything you could think of right now. I've been studying these dogs so long, reading books since I was a child, man. I'm locked in. Like, we doing it all. Everything you could think of, we doing it. We're not from baiting to swimming to, I even do hill climbing with my dog. Like, I get on this steep
I
hill
see
and
you.
I
I see you, man.
I work my
seeing it.
dogs. I don't bullshit at all. I
This
know
dog,
I work my dogs because I'm out there with my dogs. I'm dirty as hell. I'm sweating. I'm looking at my dog like, we had a good day today, didn't we? I get out there.
Hey, I want you to I'm gonna send Schoolboy and Ram your Instagram because I want them to see that bitch, man. That's a nice bitch, man. She looked very good and she bred very good. She got some real good blood in her, but time will
Honestly,
tell.
I can't even take full credit for that. Shout out to my man Mike, Jersey Mike. Y'all go follow him. He's the mad scientist behind this shit. That's nothing. He do that shit like. Shot y'all.
I've heard of that blood. What does it go back to? The Croata blood.
Croata goes back to the Croata blood, Billy
It's
blood,
the Billy shit.
blood.
It's that
My
Billy
bitch
shit.
got some tango on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, she got Crow, the Croata dogs from the Billy shit, and they got the Billy, the Croata got Mayday in there too.
Okay.
Mayday in them. So it got that. It's a black dog though, big black dog. Then you got the his dog got the Tango in there, and then also it has the Spartacus stuff, which is even more Mayday. You know what I'm saying?
Barracuda.
Nice.
Yeah. I
seen a dog named Champion Black. I think he was bred that way. I saw him win his third in 217 years ago. He was a good dog.
Absolutely.
He beat my friend, so I loved him, but I hated him too. So
that's how it is.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Love, hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I got a Ram fell off. He'll jump back in, but I got I just got a carpet mill. So it pains me to hear Ram say the slant mill is the best meal, the one I should get. But I got a carpet mill because I felt like it would be more long lasting and better for my dog. I want some resistance. The mill I got gives some resistance for the dogs. I take my dogs on walks and stuff like that because I'm trying to stay in shape myself. I'm a big guy. I want to maintain my weight or lose weight. I'm not trying to gain no weight. You know what I mean? So I take my dogs out. I got some puppies. Take them out walking around the lake and stuff like that, just to get some exercise. But for when it gets cold out here in the winter months, they can last a long time. I want to be able to put them on the mill. So I got the carpet mill because the guy I bought it from basically told me that the slant mill is good for endurance and stuff like that. But if you want to add a little resistance, kind of like strength cross training, if you're working out for yourself, if you want to do if you want to do some little cross training, cardio mixed with strength training, get the carpet mill. If you want to just do cardio, then you want to get the slant. That's what he was telling me.
Right.
And I ended up getting the carpet mill, and I haven't used it yet because I got puppies right now. Maybe Doc is ready. He can use it, but I got a boy, Doc Holiday. He can probably use it, but I walk him. I pretty much let him out. I can let him out in my backyard and let him run around with the puppies. And he's a puppy himself, but he run around with the younger puppies and he'll burn himself out. Tongue hanging. He'll burn himself out.
Yeah. I think with all this understanding with dogs, new millennium and all that, people exercise their dogs more than they used to. A lot of old guys, they just sit on the chain till they're 2 years old, and the first time they work is when they put them in keep.
Right.
I think people understand now, it's important to keep them fit. I realized that years ago when I first started, because I was a big boxing fan, and a lot of them are gym rats, they're always in the gym, always fit, close to weight. And I always had my dog, the ones I was competing with, I had them close to weight, between 2 and 4 pounds off, and they could work, you know, just off the chain, they could work for an hour easy. You know, it was no big deal. And I think that's important. It elevates the competition, elevates the health and the uh, the fitness of your dogs. And you know, as you're going along, you know, you teach them how to do, or they learn how to do different things. You know, and you know, when you take them out, like you say, you take them to the hills or you take them to the beach or something. That's good, but it also helps them learn how to travel. So if you ever have to travel, they're used to a vehicle. You know, some never get used to it, and maybe that one you don't travel with, but it gives you an indication of which ones you can travel with and which ones you can't or shouldn't. You know, so it's all, you know, they get out and you know, socialize, not with other dogs, but you know, they see different areas and they see different things and hear different noises and you know, all that. They should become accustomed to whatever's happening around them. When they're doing their thing, they're focused on that. Loud noises don't bother them. Strange people don't bother them. Bright lights and a different, you know, building or city or something they're not used to don't bother them.
Right.
And that's one of the good things about doing all that, you know.
Absolutely. Let me give a shout out real quick in the super chat to the brother Orhan, always coming through, representing and showing love in the Cash App. He says, "We are where we're supposed to be today." Absolutely. Game Dog Talk. That's how we do it, man. Let's see here. We got okay, that's somebody else. That's somebody paying something. Okay, then we got. Let me get Ram back in here real quick. Then we got Rajan. Oh, Ram fell out again. Rajan in the super chat salute. He says, "What bloodline did Schoolboy run?" Schoolboy, why don't you, for this probably a guy who doesn't, you know, young guy. Why don't you give him a brief background on you?
No problem. I started out with you know, I had Bully Son dogs from Bobby Hall and Ken Click. I had Heinzel dogs from Heinzel, you know, Boleo dogs from Patrick and this and that. But one of the first ones I stuck with was the Boyle dogs. I really liked them, the ones that were heavy on Boleo, you know. And then it emigrated to the Jeep dogs. Jeep was my foundation, or more specifically, Honey Bunch. She's the key. All that stuff, whether it's, you know, Bo Honey Bunch, Rascal Honey Bunch, Otis Honey Bunch, whatever, you know, she's the key. So the foundation, you know, I called them Jeep dogs, but they were really Honey Bunch dogs because I didn't want nobody to know, you know. and then you know, the Jeep Red Boy, and then I added Rascal. So they were, by the end, they were basically Jeep Red Boy Rascal dogs. You know, I added the Rascal to put some more mouth into them. Same with the Bully Son stuff. Later added, you know, Bully Son and because they already had some Bully Son in them. So that was a commonality. And then my buddy took that. He added Skull and some more Bully Son, even some Red Boy Jocko, you know. But that was basically what I had, Jeep Red Boy Rascal.
Tell them about your dog that you're known for, Big Red.
Probably Big Red. He was a one-time winner in 34 minutes over Scratch and Stick. He beat a son of
hey Ram, go on mute, Ram. Let me see here.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Schoolboy.
Yeah, he beat a son of Jack Carver's Night Train in 34 minutes, and then a couple of years later, I let my buddy use him. He lost in an hour and 30, lost real game, and then I retired him after that. But he's probably my most famous dog. The thing with him, and this is what I say about the best producers, is you can breed them to almost anything and they'll throw something. Whether it's one dog in the litter or all the dogs in the litter, he was bred to all different kinds of stuff, and most of it worked. You know, I'd say over 90% of it worked. That's the key. Thank you, honey. That's the key to a good producer, male or female, when you can do that. You know, and he threw, you know, most of his breedings were done after I sold him. I only bred him 5 times because I didn't do a lot of breedings. I just bred enough for myself. you know, and he produced a couple of champions for us, several two-time winners, you know, one like that. But his overall record, he had 13 champions, 3 grand champions, and 2 daughters that were ROM dogs. He produced, by my count, 169 offspring, and almost 100 of them were matched all over the place, you know, all over the world, basically, even Korea, you know, Guam, Mexico, you know, all over the U.S. And I didn't realize at the time, you know, maybe I would have bred him more, you know, but he was probably my best dog.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Hey, Ram, you there, Ram?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now. Hey, I got. Hey, Ram, can you hold it down for me? I gotta use the restroom real quick. But a question. A brother asked a question in the Cash App. Jacoby Carter in the Cash App says, "Salute to you, man." He says, "What bloodline? If you know, what bloodline did DMX run?" Ram, hold it down for me real quick. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes.
A lot of cats said he had like Turtle Buster and like Jeep Crosses. You know, I don't know. I never got to meet him to ask him because I sure would have asked him. I looked up the dog on that Grand Champion cover. It's not a real Grand Champion. It was just a good-looking dog that he had used. I think that was an old Soros dog, if I believe. It's been a minute since I looked that dog up. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Some people say he ran this blood. Some people say he ran that blood. Some people say he just, you know, appreciated the dogs for what they were. And really fucking wasn't an active dog man like that. You know, he just liked good dogs. I don't know. I didn't have the opportunity to ask him, you know.
Who was that, Ram?
Hey, Bert, I'm smoking on some DJ Green OG. What'd you say?
I was asking who we're just speaking about.
Oh, DMX.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
DMX.
I don't know. I never heard
yeah.
that. I never heard that he was
just
active.
asking.
I know he loved
somebody
the
else.
breed. You know, I heard he had some wild side kennel dog too.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, you see, like I would have
Yeah.
never even thought he had wild side dogs.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's
somebody in the chat asked, do you still got your book for sale?
yeah. You can contact me on you know, on Messenger on Facebook under Richard Garcia, or you can email me. It's Richard J Schoolboy 60 at gmail.com. You know, yeah, I've got 2 books, the Big Red Handbook and Family Bred and Raised. I'm working on a 3rd one. I'm working on 3 more actually. Another one's called Dogs, Dogmen, and Bloodlines. Then I'm doing a fiction novel called The Handler, and then I'm working on a book, How to Breed the American Pit Bull Terrier. So they'll be out.
Oh yeah, I'm interested in all of those.
Yeah, just keep in contact. You know,
Definitely.
I get good.
Yeah,
feedback.
do you got a website or something you sell your book on? We can put the link in the chat if you do.
No, I'm stuck in the last century. I don't know how to do all that stuff.
Hey, Schoolboy. If you interested in any of that stuff, hit me up, man. Hit me up,
All right.
and I'll connect you with the right people. You know, I ain't, you know, no bullshit.
Sounds good. I
Hey, yo.
appreciate it.
Hey, 7-8.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I'm looking for it's this book called I think it's Dogs of Red Velvet. Where can I get that book from? I read that book when I was a kid, and my old roommate, he went off to the military, ended up taking my damn book. I need that book.
You mean Dogs of Velvet and Steel, that book?
Yeah, that
Right.
one. It was like a burgundy. It was a burgundy colored book.
Yeah, man. I seen that shit on eBay for like $600 last year, man.
Yeah.
Man,
it's gonna tax you. Them books. Listen, bro. I seen I got right now. I got about 5 books over here in my
$600.
in this room. Every book I got over here is $200+ on Amazon. Plus, it's because they're in high demand now because the people who got them are not selling them, and or they've been destroyed. You know, stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know,
they're out of print, most of them.
right?
I
Out of print.
had a mentor in New Jersey that gave me the book, and when I moved to California, I took the book with me, and I thought it was just a regular book at first. I read the book, you feel me? I grew attached to the book, but my roommate, he took the book, and when I went to look at it again, it was like $300. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's a dog. It's a book. What is that book? From Wildside Kennels. What's the name of that book? From Wildside Ram. Is it I can't forgot the name of it, man.
God
But
damn it. Yeah, I got that shit on the tip of my tongue too. Damn. Fucking
I wish Thompson was on here. He know the name of that book. I'm having a brain fart because I've been drinking. But the book, yeah, but the book, that book is $600 right now. I don't want to pay it, you know, but you know, I want the book, but I don't want to pay $600 for it right now. But I'll probably end up cracking and doing it. But the thing is, if I can talk to Schoolboy and guys like this, I don't fuck that book, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Fuck that
Yeah.
book. You know what I mean? So, and I could just pick Schoolboy brain and shit for the game. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, it'd be nice to have the book just as a collector's item and shit. You know, but you know, $600 is a lot of money, man. That's a lot. Even Richard Stratton books is taxing right now.
Mm.
Yeah, they're taxing crazy. I
think the best books are the ones that people write that really was in the mix, you know, that really did stuff. You know, some people, you know, it's just a collection
The
of
Complete
information.
Game Dog. My bad, not to cut you off. I just
There you
thought
go.
of the name
Right.
of the
Yeah,
book. The
no, that's
Complete
it. That's
Game
it.
Dog.
Absolutely. Complete Game
Yeah.
Dog. Yeah.
Yeah. But that for me, that's you know, that's why I like the Armitage book. It was real life stuff that he did. And that's kind of what I patterned my first book after. You know, you kind of go through your career and you know, this latest one is going to be other people's career that I knew. It's going to have a lot of famous people in it that I knew personally or I had met. You know, at least it's a firsthand account. You know, and different shows, different you know, things, you know, revolved around the breed. You know, those are the best ones, I think, because it gives you their point of view, how they did things, why they did them, and you know what their record is, basically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
Let's
Hey,
see.
hey, Ram, not Ram, 7-8. I was just texting L. He was trying to say, send him the link so he got get up here, I guess.
Damn it.
Oh, okay. It should be his text message.
I just resent it to him, so maybe he having trouble with something.
Okay, yeah. Just tell him to call me if he having trouble to get in. I'm gonna send to the link again.
Okay.
I'm gonna send the link, but yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Send his text message. He's got to follow the instructions on the follow the instructions on the StreamYard.
Got you.
Let's see here. Let me see. Copy. Paste it again. Oh, I think he's in here right now. Yep, there you go. Oh, okay. I think he's buffering a little bit. Hey, salute, brother. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to, brother. You can turn your camera off if you don't want to.
So how can I take my face off?
Just turn off the camera. There you go, right there. You good now? Can you hear me?
I didn't even know we could do that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, how you doing, brother L?
What the hell?
How you doing, bro?
I'm all right.
All right. So what we have?
I'm all right. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you perfectly. Why don't you introduce yourself and let people know what's your experience in the dogs, brother?
Originally Size Up Kennels. I've been in
Yes,
the,
sir.
I came in the dog. I came in the dogs under strictly business. I've been,
Okay.
you hear me
Uh,
right now?
yeah, yes, sir. We hear you.
I'm
We hear you good.
yeah. I'm 40 years old. I've been doing it. I've been into the dogs since I was 15.
Right, right. Okay. And what's your experience with Grand Champion Awesome Beast? Ron. Let us know about that.
Austin Beast is the youngest grand champion ever in the history of the Sporting Dog Journal. He won 5 matches in 18 months, making him the youngest grand champion in SDJ history.
Right, right. And from Awesome Beast spawned a legacy, a great legacy. So can you talk about Grand Champion Tango?
Yeah,
Seemed like he
I could talk about Grand Champion Tango, but before I get to Tango, it was dogs like Punchinella, who made 2-time winner, but she didn't make it after her second. It was dogs like Champion G Unit. He was one of the better ones off of Awesome Beast. Then we got Champion Snoop. Champion Snoop. Champion Snoop. If people research it, he beat a dog from Somalia. Champion Snoop. It was Latin Force. Actually, Latin Force.
One second though, brother. For the record, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about dogs competing in weight pulling and fence climbing, all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? All that sucker ass shit. That's what we're talking about for the record. Continue, brother.
Yeah, but also he had grand champion Awesome Beast, produced champion Dirty Red, 4-time winner. He also produced who else did he produced champion Dennis the Menace. He produced champion Oh Dirty Bastard. He produced champion Carabina, who was a grand champion, but she lost to champion Ruby, making her only a champion. She was also grand champion Tango's legitimate sister.
Okay,
If I
okay.
ain't mistaken, if you add up all Awesome Beast champions and grand champions that he got, he probably surpassed Mayday and Jeep. Awesome Beast should be top of the ROM list, like hands down. But
Ooh, okay.
you got people who don't know that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions, brother, about Awesome Beast because, well, specifically Tango. I'm more familiar with the Tango line, right? And from Tango, great champion, great. A lot of people didn't like how a lot of people love the Tango blood, but they're critical of. They say Tango was kind of like champion Hank. Tango would make funny moves when it comes to the hog.
First
You
of
know what I
all,
mean?
who said? I'm glad we on that subject. Ain't nobody ever. Tango never had a turn. He had 8 matches. He never had a turn called on him. Ever.
Right, right.
So
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that's the word on the curve.
Tango he never been out of hole. He never had a turn called on him. He never went into a one-time winner. He went into all champions and 2-time winners who beat champions and grand champions, and he beat all them dogs without a scar on him. Whoop their ass.
Right, right. And I'm glad you said that.
He killed champion Darkside in 3 hours and 19 minutes. No turns are out of holes, and champion Darkside killed all 4 of his opponents in the box.
Right, right.
He killed champion Darkside in the box. No turns out. So what fun you
Yes, sir.
ATF
Yes, sir.
Kendall Sampson, a 2-time A two-time winner that beat a champ. A two-time winner. ATF kennels from. Let's get this correct. I ain't talking about people who jump on this internet who ain't never seen Tango Gun or who ain't never done a dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ask the owner of ATF Kennel Sampson. ATF
Whoa.
how bad of a dog Tango was.
Well. It's just about. It's about. Listen, brother. I fuck with him. I fuck with the dogs. It's about the
but
hunt.
I'm just saying, for people.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know that I don't want to. For the people, I just want to make it clear that what we're talking about. I don't want you to go.
We gotta pull
get too
receipts
excited.
at when people put it like this. I heard Jeep was a piece of shit. Be running around the box, mutt snapper.
Absolutely.
Huh?
Yeah, I definitely heard that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that shit. You believe that shit?
I don't believe it at all.
Huh?
Not at all. I don't believe it at all.
If Jeep was a dog of that caliber, how the fuck did he produce his family of dogs to do the shit they did? If he was really a piece of mutt snap piece of shit.
All facts, brother. All facts.
Yeah.
How the fuck did he produce dogs like Champion Ruckus, Champion Rear? We can talk about Jeep dogs for fucking ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Hey, Ram.
A long line of dogs, just like Awesome Beast. Same way. People want to pop all this shit, but all the dogs that's winning out here got Tango or Beast in it. You want to bet?
No. I totally agree. I think these hogs out here, the dogs you were talking, the hogs. Listen, brother. The hogs you're talking about, Tango defeated, were definitely game hogs, and very definitely some dogs some hogs that were very much worthy. You know what I mean? And listen, Tango proved himself to me. I'm not questioning it at all.
Heard how people hating on Tango? I need that to happen because that's how we keep getting that money. That's how we got them non-believers and jokers that's wet behind their ears that don't know no better and go and do something.
Hey, Ram. Hey, what you got to say on this, Ram? About these hogs?
Huh?
Shit, I like Awesome Beast, man. He ain't lying. There's a lot of motherfucking good dogs that got, the blood in it up close, But that's just real shit. At the end of the day,
my dog.
Go ahead.
The Awesome Beast dogs got to be the winningest line out there today. Let's beg me to differ. My dog's winning more than any dogs out there today. As far as percentage wise.
Hey, there's some good hunting dogs. Good hunting dogs, man.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Fucking,
how did the Black Beast stuff turn out for you? I met you a long time ago when you had that dog before he was famous. You feel me?
Like Black Beast?
Yeah.
What happened with Black Beast was they do good, but Black Beast, but like this. Black Beast don't work without Awesome Beast, because anybody else who got Black Beast shit, tell me some fuck shit about it, I'm like, all right, whatever. But when I breed it to my Awesome Beast shit, I got good results. Or this is the real part about it. I'm not responsible for somebody who done took a son of my shit and a grandson of my shit and tried to ain't cull the shit out and tried to breed the shit together. That shit is called watered down. If that shit ain't come from me, bro, I ain't responsible for that shit.
Yeah, you can only back what you what a motherfucker get from your hands, After that, it's whatever a motherfucker do.
And
you don't know his program. You feel me?
Back to that. You want to know what's funny? What gets me? Back to that question what somebody said about Tango did funny shit, right? That had to be somebody who never seen him go. I would like to I hate people who just never seen nothing and just be repeating bullshit. You wasn't there to ever see. Anybody who ever seen Tango go, sat there, lost their money, said, yo, bro, I'm going to believe. Anybody who was a hater bet against them, and after they lost their money, shook my hand and was like, word is born, bro. I'm stupid as hell for listening to this dumb motherfucker tell me this dog. Yeah, I swear, it always happens. Yo, bro, that was the baddest motherfucker I ever seen in my life. I said, why you bet against him? Because these hating ass motherfuckers sitting here. Look at him. Got me looking stupid. Look at these stupid ass motherfuckers. You got all my money now. I said, I know.
That nigga L be getting tight to the bitch, boy. That nigga still the same.
Like the
That nigga L be getting tight.
Like right
that nigga,
like the motherfucker who popped shit about, like the motherfucker who said Tango and them do funny shit. I bet you they won't hook into me. You know what I'm saying?
Right, hey, bro, hey, brother L, check your text message, brother. Check your text message real quick. Yeah, Tango, listen, bro. Look, Tango's a good dog. I know he's a good dog. Trust me. I know. You know what I'm saying? I seen his descendants out there in the woods and shit with these hogs, and they've been great hunting dogs. Great hunting dogs. You feel me? You know, great hunting dogs. You know what I mean? So I know. I'm just telling you what the haters. I just want to address the haters. The haters who say he was like Champion Hank. You know what I mean? Who made funny moves. You know, and whatnot.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. 78. And my little input
that's what I'm
is.
about to say. My dog don't fight shit.
Yeah, my input is this: certain, most bloodlines are known for certain things.
Hey, one second, brother L. Brother L, 1 second. 1 second, brother L. Oh, go ahead, schoolboy.
What I was saying is bloodlines are known for certain things, right? And Hank was mentioned. We know he did funny moves. Everybody I talked to, including Danny Burton, said he did that. That's why he had trouble selling him. People didn't like his style, but and you look at the Dirty Mary dogs or her sister Angel, some of them dogs do that, right? If you type breed on Boleo dogs, some of them dogs do that. They will turn like that. But Mayday dogs, Jeep dogs, Eli dogs, they ain't known for that. So when somebody comes up and tells you that, the dog make funny moves, maybe one, and maybe he's not worth a shit. But as far as the line goes, they don't do that. I seen a bunch of Mayday dogs. I refereed a bunch of them years ago. None of them did that. And there was one guy, he had 8 of them. I refereed 5 of them. They didn't do that. They were steady, straight ahead. So when you hear people like what he was saying, they hear this stuff and they take it as gospel without having the experience to know better. Even if you've never seen them, if somebody tells me I got a yard full of Eli dogs and they turn and they do this and that and make funny moves, that's not a reliable source. They don't do that. So Mayday, Awesome Beast, all that stuff, they don't really do that. The little experience I had with them, which was several, they don't do that. If you say some Boyles dogs do that, yeah, because of Hank, or you say some Boleo dogs do that, yeah, I get it. They're probably tight bred, but other bloodlines, they don't do that. I couldn't see a Jocko Red Boy dog doing that, or a Jeep dog, or a Jeep Red Boy, Rascal, any of that stuff. So if you do have one, it's an anomaly. It's not, and there's been dogs that do that. That's just something in their brain, that doesn't mean they're a bad dog. Doesn't mean they're a piece of shit. But when you say this dog or that blood does that, and it's not known for that, it's just an anomaly. Or they're lying. They don't know. Like he was saying, people repeat shit. They don't know it. They see somebody, even, it's our responsibility, me as an older dog man, to put the truth out there, put facts. Because people will take what I say and they'll go repeat it or they'll believe it. So I can't be a fucking liar, man. I can't. Even if I don't like, there's certain dogs I didn't like. There's certain dog bloodlines I didn't use. I don't knock them. Because there's good and bad in everything. But when you're saying the traits of this blood does that and they're not known for that, it's probably false info. That's just my 2 cents.
Yeah, I agree. I heard that. I heard stuff. A lot of people love the Tango blood. I like the Tango blood from what I've seen from it. I've seen Tango dogs distribute a lot of gameness and mouth when faced up against a big ass hog. I seen a lot of good stuff from Tango Dogs, but I heard people hating on Tango Dogs, telling me that, oh man, they do this, they do that, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to the brother L about that and just get his response to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, but
That's the best thing to do is somebody that has experience with the dog, somebody that knows. You know,
right?
They you know, if you lying, you know, you're gonna get outed some way. There's no reason to lie. You know, but if you talk to somebody that has experience with the dog, at least you're getting a firsthand account of what they're about, and that's what I would go with, not what I read on Facebook or online or some chat room or some shit, unless that person has
Yes,
that
sir.
experience.
Yes, indeed. Meredith Campbell, salute to the homie Meredith Campbell in the super chat. What it do, fam? He said Gary Hammonds told me those that know don't say those that say don't know. He said those that know don't say, and those that say don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good
Yeah.
bit of info, you know.
Absolutely. Yeah. It got hot up in here. I'm sweating and shit, man. I got hot up in this mother. I swear I got scared for a minute. You know, everybody all right? Everybody okay up in here? All right. So we got another topic here we're gonna get to. Let me get to this topic here. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have this already pulled up. But the topic is when to feed during the summer months. When Ram, take that off for me. What you mean by that question, brother Ram?
Well, just because you know some people like to feed they shit in the morning and all that, and I only feed in the summer at night because a dog's body temperature has to raise up to be able to digest the food. And at night it's a lot cooler out here. You know, it get hot than a bitch out here. So I feed at night out here. And for the same reasons in the winter, because it gets cold as fuck in the desert. So that helps, you know, raise that body temperature up, you know, and they keep their fucking barrels and dog houses warm too. But in the summer, though, you know, it's hard if you feed them in the day out here and they digesting that food. So the ambient temperature would be like 115 and their internal temperature is 100 plus. You know, that's hard on the dog. That's, you know, fast lane way to get a goddamn heat stroke out here.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I usually feed my. Well, even out here, it's cold out here. You know, it get hot in the summer, but and muggy and stuff. But I feed my dogs at night. Like it's right now. About 30 minutes ago, when I told y'all, that's when I feed my dogs. My wife and daughters just went out there and fed the puppies and shit. You know, fed them real good. You know what I'm saying? Enough food to last them. They good. You know. I let them outside, let them run around, burn some energy and stuff, and I feed them at night. I was always taught from my grandfather that feed them at night is the best time to feed them. Is that universal or is that just location wise? What you say on that, Blitz?
Shit, I feed at night as well. I mean, on the West Coast, it get wicked out here. It get real wicked. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. Somebody real loud though. Let me put everybody on mute real quick. Okay, that was L. That was is that L? Yeah. Who was that? It's loud. Yeah, that was L. That was loud. Okay, go ahead, Blitz. What you say?
No, I'm saying, shit, I'm on the West Coast, so it get real hot out here, and you know I like to work. And another thing, my dogs that I have with me, they in the house with me, so when they start hearing, you feel me, food get made and shit like that, they start looking at you. I can't stand that shit. So when I eat, they eat. You feel me? I just do it like that, and it be hot. You feel me?
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like that right there prevents begging.
Yeah. Okay. What you say, schoolboy, about feeding the dogs? What time of day do you feed your dogs?
Yeah, I fed them at night. You know, if it's warm, you know, I would add you know, like cool water to their feed. In the summertime, I added, you know, warm liquid. They can digest better. Helps them stay warm at night. You know, and you know, you're going to feed and they're still going to be a little bit active till they lay down, go to bed. But it's important to feed them the same time every day. And you can monitor their stool that way too. You know, you're going to
Right.
pick up basically the same time of the day. You know, some people split it. They feed half in the morning, half at night. You know, but if your dogs are real active and you feed them in the morning, it might cause them to throw up. You know, they'll just puke it all out. You know, I've seen that happen. So I wanted to feed them when they were just going to settle down, especially in the wintertime. Like I said, it keeps them warm at night.
Yeah.
You know, I would never, especially out here, anywhere, Texas and west of Texas, all the way to California, I would not feed them during the day, especially in the summertime. It's gonna too hot.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they're not comfortable.
I usually feed my dogs at night, anywhere from between 6 and 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I
Yeah,
feed my dogs because I found that at night they tend to sleep better and don't be barking through the night and all
Yeah,
that shit. If
exactly.
I feed them in the morning, I used to feed them in the morning or the afternoon, and all night long, I got neighbors calling me, "Hey man, what's up with your dogs? Your dogs are barking, man. There's something going on." Now I gotta go check on my dogs and shit. When I feed them at night, it's silent. Silent is, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
They good. They go right to sleep.
yep.
You
It'll
know.
settle them down. They won't be noisy. They'll just kick back. You know, the only time I fed in the morning if I had a keep in the morning. You know, which sometimes you do, but that was just one dog. All the rest still feed at
Right.
night. Like I said, it'll settle them down and they'll go to bed quiet. Their belly's full. They're content. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Brother L, you there, brother? Let me take you off of mute real quick. Let me see here if I can take him off of mute. How do I do that? There we go. Brother L, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, brother. How do you
Hey, y'all,
feed your hound?
hey, y'all got schoolboy there?
Yes, sir. That's schoolboy.
See
Can
How
you
you
hear me?
doing, Al?
how I feed my animal?
Yeah. How do you feed them?
I feed them sports mix.
What time of the day do you feed them?
Mm, it depends. Like I work, so like I like to do like if I got time in the morning I feed them, but if not I feed them when I come home from if not I feed them when I come home. When I used to be active, I used to feed my dogs at night.
Right.
Well, I'm not active no more, so I just keep them fat. I feed them when I just keep my dogs healthy. When I used to be active, I used to keep their weight down.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Yeah. Nighttime I found to be the best time for me. That works for me, and it seemed like that worked for y'all too. Nighttime, feed them. They sleep good on it. They get time to burn a lot of calories and energy during the day, and then during the night you feed them. They eat that food, and I feed my dogs. Anybody tell you, I feed my dogs real good. I feed them good. You know what I mean? They eat real good. If a dog tell you anywhere by the world, if a dog tell you I didn't feed them good, they a motherfucking lie. You understand me? I feed my dogs real good, man. I
That
feed,
motherfucker got duck fat for them dogs,
yeah,
like
man. Look,
100% duck fat.
and tell them, man. I got 100% duck fat. I get, man. I done fed dogs motherfucking pork belly, whole pork bellies. You know what I'm saying? And fucking $96 porterhouse steaks. I feed my dogs real well. You know what I mean? If they good dogs, you know what I mean? If they
Shit,
ain't shit,
I'm gonna go live with you. Shit.
hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, everybody tell me that. Look, I feed my dogs better than some people eat.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
yeah.
feed 10 pounds of chicken leg quarters every 3 to 4 days a week. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I feed my dogs good when they good family pets and stuff like that. I feed them good. I don't want them to be too fat. I don't want them to be bully fat, but I want them. I don't want to. I don't want them to be too lean to where animal control who don't understand the breed can make it seem as though you're neglecting your dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I know well what I my experiences on that. I feel like a lot of times when people see me with my dogs and I'm working my dogs, they just feel like they're not pits. Well, why in the area I'm in, they ask what type of dog it is. I tell them, but is he mixed? I'm like, damn, like you expecting like these big like bully breed dogs, like 150 pounds, big hanging face type stuff. So I feel like out here they just look at it like, oh, he has like a greyhound shepherd mix or something like that.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I got a video coming up. I'm gonna post. It's gonna piss people off. I already know. The haters gonna be mad at me. I got a video coming up with my boy Doc Holliday. Doc Holliday is he's basically a mating dog. You know what I'm saying? He's basically a mating dog. He's real heavy, real heavy Mayday and Grand Champion Corrada, which is also Mayday dog, basically.
That's right up my alley.
Right. And Doc Holliday, I fed him some Wagyu beef, man. He munching down on some Wagyu beef. I know the haters gonna be mad at me, but they're all supposed to be animal lovers. We all supposed to be treating our dogs good. But when they see this video, they're gonna be pissed off and say, "Oh, why are you feeding the dog that?" Well, you're gonna see the hypocrisy of people.
Yeah, they just jealous.
That's your dog.
They're jealous more than they're mad. You know. What gets me is, people into fitness more so nowadays. They go to the gym, stay fit and trim, and then their dogs are 20 pounds overweight. They don't click with me.
Right.
Why are they fit and their dog's obese?
Right.
It's not healthy for the dog in the first place. And it doesn't click in their head that I'm fit and I work out and I go to the gym, but my dog don't do shit and he's 20 pounds overweight. That's redundant,
Right. Hey, let me ask you a question real quick. Let me start with L, and then we're gonna work our way around. L, how do you feel about kibble? And the kibble I'm talking about is grain-free kibble versus kibble that has grain in it. We talk about top of the line. We forget about the garbage kibble. We talk about top of the line kibble. How you feel about grain-free versus kibble that has grain in it? L. Did you hear me?
How I feel about what?
How you feel about grain-free versus? How you feel about grain-free kibble versus grain kibble? Can you hear me?
What's Pro Plan Performance?
Pro Plan Performance. I'm not sure. I don't feed that. Me personally, I only feed as far as kibble, I feed Blue Wilderness. Blue Wilderness, and that's I feed the grain free portion of that. And then every once in a while I go to some grain, but I use grain free for the most part. But I know a lot of people.
So you switch up your brands of dog food. Basically,
yes, sir.
You switch up your brand. You switch up your brands of dog food. You just look for if it's grain free or not.
Well, yeah, I typically feed grain free, and then I switch up depending on what I'm doing with the dog.
I don't believe in all that grain free shit and everything like that.
Right.
Like food that my dog, the dog to digestive
Oh
system,
shit.
and that's the food I use. Every dog is different. You know what I'm saying? The dog, it might
Yeah,
need
yeah.
grain-free dog food, but you find a dog that your dog you find a food that your dog is comfortable to. You know what I'm saying? On some
Right.
real shit. And you gotta monitor your dog's digestive system. Nice hard shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't force no food on them that you think is good food and it's not agreeing with the dog. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Facts.
You're gonna stress the
Facts.
dog out. You're gonna fuck everything all up, thinking like, I should have had him on some grain-free shit. That might not agree with him. He might take better to some pork sauces or some shit like that. You gotta find out what the dog what agrees with the dog. You know what I'm saying? Every dog is different. Just like
Yes, sir.
just like with breeding a dog. Some people might be like, I breed my dog on day 7. I breed my dog on day 10. Man, when I breed my dog, I don't got no days I breed my dog when I breed my dog. I take a piece of white toilet paper and I wipe their pussy. And when the blood start getting like that light color pink, that's when I start to stick it. You know what I'm saying? Like every dog is different. You know what I'm saying? So you don't count, like this dog might ovulate on this day or might ovulate on the next day. Every dog is what food agrees to that dog's system. At the same time, you need the proteins, you need carbohydrates and all that stuff, and you got to find out how you can put it into that dog body without that dog shitting water all damn day. You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it.
Well,
I don't get stuck on one. I don't get stuck on one thing.
absolutely.
You gotta know the dog. You gotta get used to the dog. That's why it's hard for somebody to give their dog to somebody and be like, here, do a keep on my dog. Like that's kind of hard, yo. And people that be switching dogs up to different keeps on dogs, like I'm gonna send them to get the keep done right here. To let this guy do the keep. His next time, let this guy do the keep. Nah, that's kind of hard to do because you stressing the dog out, putting all that different stuff through his body.
Yeah, yeah, yes,
That's what I agree
absolutely.
on.
I agree. My dog.
I definitely agree on that because
My dog.
I've been like, go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say my dogs eat primarily grain free. I would say 85% of the time. I give them grain free kibble. Unless a dog, I got one dog that don't particularly. I haven't seen what I've seen from the other dog. Most of the dogs, they shit come out looking healthy, the way I want it to look from grain free. This particular dog with that particular kibble, she don't rock with it. I feed her a mix and she gives me the consistent shit. So I feel you. You gotta experiment with your dog and see what your dog does and what your dog takes to. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Let me let me go to walk him down Ram. Ram, what's your take on that?
Man, I'll feed raw with, different sweet potatoes and vegetables.
Right.
Probably 10 years, bro. So, shit, I wouldn't even be the guy to try to even give you no game on that. You feel me?
Okay. Let me get to Schoolboy. What when you had your dog, Schoolboy, when you fed him kibble, if he did feed him kibble, did you agree with grain free? Because I know grain free is kind of a new trend.
Yeah, it is. They didn't have that back in the day. Mine was chicken and lamb and wheat and brown rice based cereal. The problem with processed food like kibble is how it's processed. That's where the problems come up. And like I mentioned before in another video, for every person or whatever that says this is good, you'll have someone else that says it ain't worth shit. So like the panel has been saying, You find out what's good for your dog, and stick with that. I wasn't one much for changing foods all the time, but at the same time, I didn't feed raw back in that day. But if they got a hold of a chicken or a rabbit or a possum, they ate raw. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I had kids, so they're always giving them some kind of shit. Salsa and lettuce, salad, all kinds of stuff. Candy and shit. I'm not saying it's good, but if your dog is healthy, they can adapt. And like today, you see all these recalls on kibble, and it's the processing or what they're adding to it.
Right.
That's the problem. It's not really the ingredients themselves; it's how they're processed, and maybe some preservatives or something, whatever they're doing. There's some people that prefer kibble over cooked or raw, and they'll give you their reasons why. And if you look up, say, raw feed, right, you'll find one site that says the best thing since sliced bread for dogs. It's natural. You go to another one, it says never feed your dogs raw.
Right.
So,
Right.
it's all who's pushing their agenda and what do they want. Even if you have a veterinary that says this dog food is good, this kibble is good, he's probably got an investment in it, and he's pushing it because he's making money off of it.
Right.
So you just have to find what is good. And if you think about it, competitors all over the country, they're feeding different. Their keeps are different. They're all successful. So what the difference is, they found out what worked, just like I found out what worked, and they stuck to it, and I stuck to it. And that's what you got to do. When you change feed, it takes a while for a dog to adjust. Their system ain't like ours. Their digestive system is shorter. And with hogs, it's shorter still. But you just got to find out what works. Stick with it. But if you change and feed all the time, trying this and trying that, and I don't mean, one day you give them beef or one day you give them, duck meat or chicken or whatever, lamb or whatever. Not that way, but totally change their diet. You go from feed to raw in one day, it's going to have an effect on them.
Absolutely.
You go from raw back to kibble, it ain't going to sit right with them. It's going to take some time for their system to adjust to the change.
Yeah.
So,
For sure. For a dog, I mean, it happens with humans. I mean,
exactly.
if you eating ramen noodles and cereal all fucking week, and then you switch up and somebody have a barbecue,
Yeah.
you eating fucking chicken and steak and shit, you gonna feel it on the toilet. You gonna feel it.
Yeah, they probably gonna have the runs, and you got to give them time to adjust, but you got to pay attention to them. A lot of people feed their dog and they go inside and they pick up the next day or whatever, and they don't see, maybe the dog's cramping up, or maybe he's throwing up, or maybe he got the runs or something. They just ignore it. You really gotta spend a lot of time just looking at your dog physically with your eyes, watching them, see how they behave, see how they act, see where their head is, and what they're thinking about, if you can say that, and they'll show you.
Yes, sir.
That comes with experience and time,
Yes, sir. Blitz. Blitz. What's your take on it? As far as with the kibble, man. Grain free versus grain.
Right now I'm rocking with the grain free. It seems like the consistency in the dog shit is it's
Yeah.
easy to pick up, and it's not all, it don't smell all wild, it ain't all mushy. I don't like all that. It's hard as hell to clean up some mushy shit. So I live in an apartment and we got carpet and shit. So they kennel train, but like, you feel me? Sometimes they have an accident. I would rather it be like a solid, you feel me, versus me trying to clean diarrhea out of carpet.
Seriously.
But
Those splatter platters ain't no joke.
Man, at that, when that shit start happening, I start looking at it like, why the fuck do I got dogs? Like, so, but if I could prevent it, and I can help out on a dog side by feeding them something consistent and what he or she likes, we should be cool. I feed Peaks Rachel Ray. My
Rachel
dogs
Ray.
like it. Yeah.
Rachel Ray got dog food.
Is it Rachel Ray or my bro? I'm probably high as Peaks.
Man.
My
Oh
bad.
no, Rachel Ray, dude. Yeah, that's what my mama feed her little wiener dog. That Rachel Ray shit.
You mean to tell me this bitch Rachel Ray got dog food?
She in the dog food game, hustling hard than a bitch.
Damn, Rachel Ray got dog food. Wait till I tell my wife this shit, man.
It worked for me.
Yeah, that's crazy. I ain't know that shit, but yeah, that's what's up though.
Anything else I felt like I was feeding my dogs, they look kind of bloated and like too beefy looking for me, like, because I work my dogs a lot and I feel like it's like we putting in all this work and ain't shit changing. But as soon as I switch to that, they looking picture ready. I always try to keep my dogs picture ready. Like, I take a lot of pictures. I be on, you feel me, on Instagram with the dogs and shit. So I like to have them in tip top shape. And you feel me, that shit. People ask me what I feed my little bitch all the time. That's what it is. Really, ain't nothing serious to it. I personally, I feel like with my older dog, raw wasn't good for him, so it kind of shied me away from feeding it to my younger pup and shit. It seemed like he seemed like he'd be sick off it, or he'd be chomping the raw shit down. It's just savage. Like, I felt like he do good with dog food, and we just do it like that.
Yes, sir. Salute to my brother Black House Iron Works in the super chat. Salute. He said salute during the panel. Much love, man. Hey, schoolboy, I had a question for you from William Old School. He said, did you ever use the red cell?
I did early on, and again, you know, you want somebody to fuck something up, I'll be the one to do it. But it teaches you a lot, you know. You can use red cell, but very little of it, you know. And if you're feeding them, say, liver or, you know, beef, you don't really need it. Red cell has a lot of iron in it, has a lot of B12, you know, B complex vitamins. And what it does is it'll raise your blood count up. Too much, right, and your blood count's too high, you're gonna run hot. And a lot of game fowl people use it because their contests were short. You know, they don't go. They even have a time limit on most of them, 20 minutes. You know, but most of them will say they want them to come out fast. It'll get you moving. You know, and it'll you know, the B12. If you do have a low blood count, it'll bring it up quick. You know. So my advice, if you're going to use it, just use a little bit of it. If you're given a supplement that has iron in it and B12s, you don't need it, you know, a different supplement. Or if you're feeding raw or cooked or whatever, that it's beef based and liver based, you don't really need it. It just, you know, check it out. What I would do in today's times is I'd give the red cell, exercise them, see how it works. And first, I would do that without the red cell, see how they react, see how long it takes them to break their wind and how they recoup and all that stuff, and then do it the same thing with the red cell and see what the difference is, if any, and then make a decision on whether you're going to use it or not. You know.
Yes, sir.
They use it in horse racing too, but again, you know, American horse racing, most of the longest races like the Belmont or the I forget which one, the Preakness or the Belmont, it's 1.5 miles. When they're young, most of them, they may do 1 mile. You know, the Kentucky Derby's 1.25 miles. So it's not that long of a race.
Right.
So you're looking at sprinting, you know, if you look at it that way. You know.
Right.
But over distance, it can be a problem.
Sure.
Because they'll run hot and then they won't recoup if you give too much. That's the one thing with supplements. You got to be careful with them. If you're giving them this and that, and you're adding this and that, and they have it in the feed, or one supplement has it in it already, you know, if you use it like a multivitamin or something, you start adding stuff more, and it's a detriment rather than helps them. You know, you want to, you know, if you got too high of a blood count, you do two things. You hold back on the iron and the B12, or you work the shit out of them, and that stress will negate that effect.
I think a lot of people like to use the supplements thinking it's gonna take their fucking average dog that's
Yeah.
4 or 5 and make them a fucking 7 or 8. This shit
Nah.
don't work like that. Like,
No.
there's
they'll
nothing
take
you
that
can give
for-
a dog to make him, a fucking bulldog. He either is or he not.
Exactly. And what happens is they'll take that 4 or 5 and give them all that crap and then knock them down to a 2 or 3. It has the opposite effect,
And be sitting there with the dick in their hand just looking
Yeah.
dumb as fuck.
Exactly. And wonder, how come, on the chain he don't get tired, but I go after this hog, he can't run 100 yards without falling out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
That shit happens all the fucking time. They don't make nothing that's gonna make your dog a bulldog in the can, man.
Nope. It ain't. It doesn't work that way. Whether that's nature or whatever you want to call it, there's shit that keeps you in check. And most people, even I used to do it. Well, if I give them this much and it's good, if I double it, it should be double better. No, it's double worse. So if, like the vitamin mineral supplement I used to give, the recommendation was a tablespoon. Well, I was giving them all this other stuff, feed, and all that, kibble and food too. So I would give them only a teaspoon. It's just a little bit to help them replenish what they lose, during a workout or whatever. It's not, the thing with, if you're using powder or you're using, liquid supplements, they get into their system faster. So it replenishes them faster. Whereas if you're giving them a solid, it takes longer. So in my mind, I wanted to do both. After workout, when I feed them, I give them the powder and a little bit of it, and then it replenishes them right away. And then the feed, as they digest it, it'll replenish them later on. It's not to boost them or make them a super dog or anything like that. That too much of anything is not good.
Exactly. That's what juice or just straight supplements you can get from over the counter. Like, the shit don't work like that. If it did, we would all be juiced up running around this bitch, fucking Hercules, everybody.
Yeah,
exactly.
If my body could take it, I'd be on the juice right now.
Yeah.
You
you got to really know what you're doing. I'm like I said before, there's no doubt enhancements work, but you really got to know what you're doing, and you really got to know, how to monitor your dog and the effects of it. And most people don't. They just don't. There's nothing that they can refer to. They have no help. Even if you go online, it's going to give you basic information. It doesn't tell you, the weight of your dog. You do this type of workout. You give them that much. What's the recoup time? How you stack them and all that crap. So that's one of the reasons I stayed away from it.
And that shit come from years of fucking trial and error. Like I only know a few good juicers, and
yeah, exactly.
I know a whole bunch of doggers, but not even 5 good juicers. The juice is a whole different beast. Like you crash more than not with the juice, and I don't give a fuck what you use.
It fuck up your. You'll have a grand champion this and that, but then the motherfucker can't produce shit. You got falsified pedigrees and shit.
Yeah, it can have those effects, and it's because people don't know what they're doing. And they don't understand how to use them and why and what it does and all that. Most of the good ones, they use them for recoup time. And to relieve soreness and joints and stuff like that. It's not to make the dog a super dog, or you use something like Deca, or you use something like Equipoise or something. It's going to bulk your dog up, and all it's going to do is make them muscle bound and water.
You get a whole bunch of fucking lactic muscle build up that you really not going to use.
Right. It's going to be a detriment because a dog shouldn't be muscle bound. They should have good muscle, good hard muscle, good muscle tone.
But it gotta be that good long and lean muscle.
Exactly.
When you look at the back legs, you want to see a long, lean muscle, not a short, squatty, bulky.
Right. It gotta be You gotta be muscle endurance.
Yeah, you gotta be able to maneuver, move around. And if you're muscle bound, you can't do that. You get tired because you're carrying a lot of extra weight that's not you don't need. They look pretty, but they can't perform, you know.
Right. Absolutely. So but yeah, we're gonna end it there. We've been on here cooking for a good minute. I want to thank Schoolboy for coming on and giving us his expertise once again. Salute to the brother Blitz for coming on, and salute to L, and much love to the brother Ram once again coming on. And I'm finna go.
this our shit. Nigga, I don't give a fuck.
Hey,
Nigga, didn't nobody come on. We coming on, goddammit.
Absolutely.
Well, I appreciate it. And it was good, good having everybody in here.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, salute to everybody who came through, man. None of this shit is used for illegal purposes. You came over here for that shit, you done already got your dumb ass blocked. Fuck out of here with that shit. This shit for education. Don't be out there trying to be in the quote unquote fast lane fighting your dogs, because there's really not no money in there and no fame. You don't get no retirement plan, and it don't come with no bitches. Trust me.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yo, but it was really good talking to y'all. I appreciate y'all for real. I had a good time up here.
Hey, salute to you, Blitz, man. Thank you for coming on. And like I said, I'm about to go get me some rotisserie chicken right now. Relax, with some Hawaiian buns. You ever had them Hawaiian buns?
That's weird.
Hell yeah, them shits is the devil. Nigga, you can eat a whole fucking 12 pack of them bitches by yourself.
Look, I'm about to eat 12 right now. Hey, them Hawaiian buns with some rotisserie chicken, forget about it.
Yeah,
I'm about to fuck them right on up. Yeah, man, but I'm gonna go check on my dogs real quick, make sure my kids and my wife fed them the right way and they ain't crazy. I'm gonna go check on them and make sure everything good. But salute to the panel. Thank y'all for joining us. Smash the like button in the chat, share the video, all the good stuff, and we'll holler at y'all later, man. Get up out of here.
Thank you. Good talking to you. Take care. Bye.
Hey, yo,